Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 16th of November 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Crystal Visions Tarot for today's reading, and I'm really glad I've got this deck back. I have been looking for it for ages, and I found it finally today under a pile of books. So, welcome back, Crystal Visions Tarot. I've always liked this deck. It's really, I think the illustrations are really simple and feel very positive and sweet. So, let's see what the cards have to say about Tuesday and what the day is going to look like. Okay. So the first card we've got is the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay. I haven't used reversals in a while either. Then we have the Five of Wands. And the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay. Oh, that's an odd message. Okay. The cards are saying that you don't need to be scared. You can stand up for yourself and you can be a little bit scrappy if you feel the need. It's not going to have dire long-term consequences. So it's okay to put your foot down and to stand your ground and to say, well, actually, hang on a minute. This is not what my heart desires. I would prefer to focus on something else. So it's likely that one, you don't have these negative outcomes, these things that most of us worry about. If I speak up in this situation, what if people think differently of me, or what if I lose my job, or what if something dreadful happens? The cards are saying those worries aren't going to be realized. And second of all, this card is saying that if you want to be respected, then you've got to speak your truth and your mind today. It's no good to just agree and to try and placate. People are looking for you to stand up and to speak about your opinion and what you think is important and valuable. Okay, so first of all, the Two of Swords, when the card is this way around, we've got an angel here who's blindfolded and who's trying to protect herself. The two swords are in this defensive posture. And we've got the ravens flying around in these ominous clouds in the background. So the Two of Swords is a card that talks about a lack of clarity and feeling intimidated and threatened, and like something is about to happen that's less than pleasant. So trying to wait out the storm while maintaining hope. We've got her dressed in purple, so she's kind of praying and asking for support and guidance, and she's just kind of holding still to see how things will play out and what action she can take. The card is in reverse, so it's really the opposite. There's no sense that something is looming over you or intimidating you. You don't feel defensive. You don't feel at risk of having your heart broken. You see things clearly. You have an idea of what it is you want, and there's no need to hold back. That's the main thing. Don't go into a passive kind of defensive mode. If there is something that you care about on this day, please do pursue it and stand your ground again. There's no reason to hold back. So that's very interesting that we've got the Two of Swords, which when it is like this, it's very much about I'm passive, and the best thing to do in connection to this card, the boy is fighting here and showing off, is to just kind of wait by the sidelines and to wait it out. And like this, it's deliberately saying, please don't wait it out. If anything, get involved and make sure you win. So the Five of Wands is trivial conflict. It's not that serious again. The Five of Swords is conflict which can have real consequences. So these two cards are reassuring us here that the conflict is trivial, it's not as serious as it seems, and also there isn't some huge outcome as a result. So this is a good day to practice standing up for yourself and kind of carving out a chunk of time for yourself where you want to do something specific, not to be distracted, not to help other people, but to do your thing is, I mean, often difficult. If you've got a busy life, if you've got children and you've got two jobs and you're running around doing this and that, then of course it's gonna cause an uproar if you say, I'm going away for 2 hours this afternoon to walk in the park. But sometimes you have to do that for yourself. And the question is it really worthwhile for me to have a bit of peace and quiet and get some fresh air? Is that really worth me getting a sitter and or arranging childcare and like rescheduling or whatever. So it's most people would say just get on with it and meet the obligations. But here on this day, it's saying that your needs and your desires and what you want is just as important as what other people need. So here we've got these three boys here. Usually it's five, kind of playing around and seeing who's best at what and comparing each other. And it's a way of discovering your own strengths by kind of pitting yourself against other people, but in a playful way. Here we've got three boys and two lions. And I mean, this fight looks a bit more serious. And what have we got these three doing in the back? One's got his back to the lions. The other two are watching. It's almost like they want to intervene, but he's holding them back. So that's interesting with this deck. It's something trivial, could turn into something more serious, but still this card is in reverse. So even if the conflict seems to be somewhat, if the stakes are high, it's like, okay, if I get into this, I won't be able to take this back, and it could have an influence on my relationship or my working situation or my life path or whatever, then the cards are saying, stand up for yourself. It's the best thing that you can do. Finally, the 8 of Wands. When it's this way around, usually we've got 8 wands coming into the card and it's news and it's something appearing that's dramatic and life-changing. Here we've got a herd of animals running towards you, and if you're out in the desert by yourself, then that's going to be something you have to deal with. It's not to be ignored, and you're probably going to have to get out the way so they don't trample you. So the card is in reverse. So again, it's saying that there's nothing that is that dramatic that you have to make your whole day about this one thing. And also, it's not going to change your whole life. If anything, the path becomes clearer for you. And if the path becomes clearer, then don't let obstacles or perceived fights or anticipated conflict really put you off. Don't be defensive and try not to minimize yourself. Instead, step into your own power, even if it seems risky or daunting, because it's important for you to get on with your life today. The path is clear, you can make a lot of progress, and it's simply a decision or a commitment to yourself to keep moving forward regardless of who stands in your way. And that's what the cards are encouraging you to do. So with all of that said, the likelihood is that you're working on something where you're in a good place, you're right, and you're pursuing something which is going to enrich your everyday experience. And because you're so certain of it, you can practice kind of putting in boundaries or saying, enough, or I'll do it myself then, or whatever it may be. I mean, ultimately, you don't need other people's permission today. You don't need to be propped up or supported. You've got all the strength you need and all the confidence you need to really get something done. Number-wise, we've got 8 and 2 is 10, and 5 is 15, 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary influence, and not a temporary influence, 6 is a temporary opportunity. It's a window of opportunity that opens on this day and then closes down again. So you can overcome things that stand in your way by tapping into your confidence and having the right perspective on it, saying, I'm willing to take a risk, and this is something that I'm not going to compromise on. And that's what you need today to make real inroads. So I hope you have a lovely day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.